All right, you guys, we are live. We are so excited about this Zoom tonight. So we have some pretty incredible guest speakers. They were challenged by our CEO. Actually, we all were challenged by our CEO to sell 100,000 coffee samples in 4 days. And everybody that is going to be speaking tonight, they were top 100, and a few of them were actually top 10 in the entire company for selling samples. So we have distributors on here, and we have all the presidential diamonds. So we're so excited. We're going to go over how you can pre-sell to get your business started, and then also like how they made Coffee Cash. How did they do this? How did they become top 10 in 4 days out of 100,000 samples that were sold? Like, it's super crazy, and we're super excited to hear from them. So we're actually just gonna jump right in, and I am going to get us started with Samantha Bowers. So you were top 100 in the seller. So if you guys notice, they have these like really cool hats on. This is what they got. They won these coffee dealer hats. Nobody else gets them. And the rest of us were feeling a little, we didn't make them. So we decided that we were going to wear our own so we could fit into the party. So we're having a hat party, coffee party, sample party. So Samantha, go ahead and kick us off. Tell us a little bit about you and how much you've made with coffee samples, how much it's changed your business, all that good stuff.
Hey guys, so I'm going to apologize now if you hear kids in the background. I've got 4 kids at home. This is just the life that we live. So I'm Sam Bowers. I'm a presidential diamond. I've been with It Works since 2015. Actually, March 31st will be my 5th year. I absolutely love Coffee Cash. It is amazing. I have been utilizing this since we started with keto coffee. And when we introduced Skinny Brew, I was so excited because it took out having to go to the post office, having to worry about shipping all of these samples. And it is just so simple. I am at probably about 1,500, I think, between Skinny Brew and the tea total. There's one of them. But for me, something that I absolutely love about this program is the ability to offer distributors to join us for literally no money up front. I know when I joined, the struggle for me was not having the cash. I'm a former bartender. So for me, having quick money was definitely one thing that I absolutely loved about my job. And when it comes to this, it's a way for me to make money every day. And when you get cash in your hand, you just feel like you're like on top of the world. So when you tell me that if I want to, afford an extra date night with my husband, or if I want to go to Target guilt-free or TJ Maxx or whatever it is, and I can sell a few more samples and be able to do that, you best darn believe I am going to sling as many samples as possible. But for pre-selling, it's amazing because you get these coffee credits loaded onto your account when you join as a distributor, and you get 4 of them. And it's up to you whether you sell them for 15 or you sell them for 20. That is your cash to keep. But in order to pre-sell, the way that you do it is you're able to sell those credits before you even join as a distributor. So right now, with it being only $49 to join, you can sell all 4 credits for $15 a pop, and you're making more than what you need for your kit plus tax. And it's so easy to do it. All you have to do is put a post up on social media and ask your friends who loves coffee. It is that simple. Use one of those cutesy colored backgrounds. And when people start to comment, you just get in their inbox right away and you tell them about this product that you have. You tell them, that you have this amazing new Skinny Brew. People are dropping all sorts of incredible weight loss progress on this coffee, and you can ship a sample pack directly to them, and you tell them whatever it is, the cost that you are selling it for. They pay you directly via PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Once you have their money and you have all 4 people money for theirs, you order your kit, you get into the system, and you send those coffee samples right out to them. You don't have to go to the post office. You don't have to do any of that crazy stuff. You literally can just send it right back out to them. So I've been able to have distributors come into this. And the way that I've been doing it that makes it almost foolproof is I put up a post on social. I ask people who wants to get in for $0. And I put everybody into a group chat. I get everybody on the same page. I tell everybody exactly how we're going to do this. I get them all to put their posts up on social. And as soon as they start to get comments, they all come back into the chat and I give them the scripts that they're sending out to their friends. So that way we're kind of all doing this together and cheering each other on.
Awesome. I love that. And I know we've been doing a similar thing, and I actually have 40 people in my pre-selling chat group and I absolutely love it. So if you give them the post and they don't get a lot of response, do you give them another post, or do you have a message like their chicken soup list? What do you do with those?
I've been doing a combination of both. I usually, once I have them put that initial post up, I've been trying to go get in their inboxes individually as well, just so they don't think that they're put into this like mass group and that's like the end of them. If they're actively working on selling their samples, then I'll get in their inbox and I will send them a message to send out to all of their chicken noodle soup or their dirt list, whatever you want to call it. I'll get them a message to send to their friends, just so they're also inboxing people that they know would support them no matter what. Like, we all have that mom or that aunt or that best friend. So I'm getting them to message those people too, just to spread the excitement and to get the word out to them. And if their first initial post doesn't necessarily take off for them, I absolutely give them another post. And usually I will do one completely different, and I'll do it more along the host to post style. So I'll have them put up a post like they're posting for me. And I'll use one about like losing weight with the skinny coffee or whatever it is, just to see if we might get a different audience from them doing that.
I love that. Perfect. And then I know Megan's going to talk a little bit about her doing the way she does it too later. So I was going through the Lifers page and I saw that right after conference, you paid your card payment just in coffee cash. Like, that is amazing. First of all.
I did. My car payment is $500 for my Chrysler Pacifica. It sucks. But to be able to go and I have a goal, and I know some of the other girls have the exact same goal. It's literally 5 sample packs a day. So when I sell 5 a day, I sell them for $20, you guys, because we have something amazing. So 5 times 20, $100. And on Fridays, I go and I offer $5 off Fridays. So anybody throughout the week who didn't commit for the $20, I then go back and message all of them for $5 off just on that specific day. So it's not something that I'm typically posting about. It's just a special promo offer that I'm offering to people that I've already spoken to.
Perfect. And I didn't have this in the questions, but how are you following up with them to have them turn into customers? Like, are you going through the Connect app? What is your process for that?
I'm actually using the sample app. There's a follow-up feature in there too, and you can change it from like hot contacts, the parked car thing. I use that. And I also upsell people too when I'm speaking to them about Skinny Brew. So I have had people order sample packs from me, and then I've thrown a message at them and saying, hey, by the way, while I have you, do you have any other wellness goals? We have a really awesome metabolism booster. I am absolutely obsessed with our hair, skin, and nails. Have you heard about any of those? Can I tell you more? And then I send them, I have really bomb hair, skin, and nails and thermo results. So I'll send them both of those things just to see if they might have another health goal. So I can't tell you how many times I've signed people up for samples and upsold them into becoming a loyal customer, and sometimes even a distributor right after that. So the art is definitely in the follow-up. You want to make sure that you are always telling people to let you know when their samples or their product arrives. That works for anything as a loyal customer or Skinny Samples. If you're selling a decent amount, or if you want to make sure that you're not getting overwhelmed and missing somebody, a good way to make sure that you're always getting them is to have them come to you when their products arrive. And that's also a way that you can get them to throw up a post on their social too and share a host to post for you. Have them take a picture of the coffee in their hand. Have them talk about the excitement, and don't forget to have them throw out there that their girl Sam has 5 more sample packs available for her friends.
All right, perfect. I love it. So how has this coffee cash changed your life or somebody on your team's life? You know, I'm sure you guys are like blowing it out of the water if you're blowing it out of the water, because we all follow the leader. So how's it changed your life?
For me personally, going from not being able to pay my bills as a bartender and not just not knowing where money's going to come from, I'm now able to duplicate that and teach my team that if you need an extra $50 to pay, you know, your credit card bill, or you need an extra, I have 4 kids in sport, 3 kids in sports, 4 kids still, but if you need extra money to pay for uniforms or to pay for cheerleading or whatever it is, this is a way for you to earn that cash literally in days. So if someone is telling you, you know, you need this amount by this date, this is the way to go and make that happen. So now, instead of us getting paid just weekly and monthly, we are now literally able to make money daily. So when you are talking to potential distributors, someone is always wondering, like, how do you get paid? How many different ways? How often? Now you can literally tell people, I get paid daily, weekly, and monthly, and I am in control of my income. I am in control of how much money I am bringing into this, because I am able to just go talk to as many people as I want to. If you want to make a little bit more money next week, then you need to talk to a few more people. We all know that it is a numbers game. So if you want to bring more people in buying samples from you, then you obviously need to open your mouth to more people. And one of the ways that I love to go about this is I keep lists upon lists of people that I talk to. So I've been going back through to everybody that I have coffee written next to. 90% of them are all keto coffee people. But I've been going back in and I have messages where I say, you know, hey girl, I know we talked about my keto coffee back in the day. Have you heard that we have this new skinny brew? I literally dropped pounds in 7 days, and I have 7-day results. They're actually up on our website. But I send them right away to people and I'm like, girl, look at what this did for me in a week. I know you've got major goals to reach. Can we talk about this one? So just throwing that out there, just, you know, saying we've got a brand new product, going back and hitting up my hundreds list all over again.
Yes, and the results pictures are incredible that everybody already has with this product. Like, it's definitely, I mean, it's a top seller for sure. And the samples are perfect for anybody who wants to try them without getting, you know, into the auto ship program. But all right, if you could give one tip to anybody, and I hope all the distributors, rubies, emeralds, diamonds are listening to these, how to make this coffee cash, because it's so true. If you have an unexpected bill, boom, you could pay it, you know, or if you want to go on a date with your husband, but you don't have extra money, or go out with friends, but you don't have any extra money, you have this sample program that actually does it for you, and it ships it for you. So it makes it so much easier. I can't tell you guys how many hours all of us have probably spent at a post office or packaging or mailing or, you know, getting samples ready. So if you had one last tip, Samantha, what would it be?
I keep muting myself. I want you guys to set a goal, and I want you to write that goal down behind your computer, or make it your background, or put it on your fridge, whatever that goal may be that you want to make a week in coffee cash. And then I want you to break that down into how many people you need to sell those samples to. And I don't want you to go to sleep on Sunday night without you selling those samples. And think of that as you, Bunny. We all, as mamas and whoever it is that is watching this, you deserve a little bit of extra cash for yourself, whether you want to go order something from Target or Amazon, or you want to go get your nails done once this craze is over. We all deserve that me cash. So this is the money that you don't need to feel guilty about. So go ahead, set that goal, be loud about it, post it on social, tell your friends all about it, and make sure that you don't rest by the end of the week without making that happen.
Woo, I love it. All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Samantha. Okay, so we're going to go on and talk to Emily and Meghan. Meghan has a really cool coffee story too, so I'm excited for you guys to hear this.
Hey y'all, how's it going? Meghan, I'm so excited to introduce you. Why don't you unmute yourself and tell everybody a little bit about you, how long you've been in the business, and just like how Coffee Cash has changed your life.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, guys. I am so passionate about this coffee and coffee in general, but my name is Meghan. I live at the Jersey Shore. I've been in this business for 4 years at the end of January. And when I started this business, I was a bartender working nights and weekends, and my husband was corporate America Monday through Friday. And I just joined this to get product at discount. I didn't even have Facebook, Instagram. I didn't want it. But I started taking the products, and by word of mouth, within 4 weeks, I hit our first leadership rank of Ruby. And I was like, okay, this money is real. Being a bartender, it wasn't the money that attracted me, because I was making a killing each weekend. It was how I felt. And then my husband lost his job from corporate. And guess what? We were in financial crisis overnight. And I said, you know what? My prerequisite was I didn't want social media. How do I learn? What do I do? And here I am today, and I am so thankful. And I thank the Lord that our plan B turned into our plan A, especially in a time like this.
I love that.
Yeah. So, your question was how, about Coffee Cash, like how has it changed my business? Well, when keto coffee came in 2 years ago, that completely changed my business. And I was just thanking Mark for his insight and the company for just being so open-minded to that change of what the dynamic was. And then when Skinny Brew came in, I tried it at conference, and when I tried it, being jet lagged, being exhausted, being on the adrenaline, not sleeping, being with your team, I tried it 20 minutes later. I was like, wait, what? Like, I feel amazing. And then I came back and I was talking to our other leaders, and I said, my goal is to sell 4 a week, because I never want to pay out of pocket for any products that I use or for my website. I want to be so clear in this business and I want to show the team that same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I started selling 4 a day. And this is why people want coffee and they want to feel good. And guess what? This coffee does it, right? So I saw that there was a need for it. And being a bartender, coming from the service industry, where having fast cash, that's what motivates me. I love that, right? So I saw that when my Venmo account was like ding, 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 I was like, all right, let's go. And I just kept going and helping more people. They would get, my customers, my clients would be on day 2 of their samples inboxing me, how do I get a month's supply? So I knew there was a need for this, and that kept me going. So I just love helping people, and I love people feeling better. So it was like a win-win for my clients and then for myself. Yeah.
Okay. So, how I know that you're big on like helping other people that want to start this business, whether it's for, the awesome amount of $49 that we have right now, or for the $0, what are you doing to help them get started and pre-sell their samples so that they can start this essentially for nothing?
Yep. So there's a couple ways. Obviously, it's the client that loves the coffee, right? I tried it and I'm like, well, okay, if you love the coffee, I have so many good team members right now that I just like, they're like instant family for me because they trusted me with the coffee, right? Now they're trusting me with the business. Okay. So that's one thing, right? And they see one of my friends, I know she's watching, I met her on, I like to do a lot of sample host to post, right? Because my clients love the coffee, so they share about it for me, right? And I met her on a host post, and she messaged me. She's like, wait, if I'm Venmoing you $20, can people Venmo me $20? I was like, let's go, right? So it's having that conversation. If people are slinging 20s to you, why don't you make the 20s, right? So it's that. And the other way is I love helping people. I didn't have confidence in this business. I was so fearful. I never started because fear. Okay. So when I started this business, I didn't think I was capable of it. It was the lies in my head. I didn't have a network. I didn't want to talk to family, didn't want to talk to friends. To this day, I max out on my Facebook friends. I don't have family on my Facebook or friends, right? It's through other people's networks I grew my business, right? So fear held me back. With the samples, what I love is it gives people the confidence that they are capable to do a home-based business from their phone instantly. And that's what I love so much about it. So we celebrate these wins before they're even technically part of the company. Let's get a post up. People are commenting. I'm so excited for you. I love that. I'm so excited. Let's do this. So that's where it's creating that excitement. It's taking all the hesitations off the table instantly.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And you're cheering them on and you're being so excited for them that it's encouraging them and helping them build that confidence. And I think that that's so important. Okay. So how did you, since you're top 10, top 100 coffee sample seller, how did you do it? You said you had a goal of 4 a week, but you turned it into 4 a day. Like what pushed you to get there and what had that happen for you?
2 things. My mind shifted because I was like, when I was a bartender on Friday nights, I would go in there going, I need to make $400. Guess what? I would walk out with $400. On a Monday night when I was slow, when there was half price pizzas and 50 cent or $1 pints, I knew I was going to make 100. That was my goal for the night. I would walk out with 100. This is no different. We went to Florida a couple weeks ago. I needed $150 to pay for the parking at the airport. I didn't want to put it on a card. I said to my husband, I'm going to go sell samples. Sold samples. I needed a passport for a trip. I needed $220. I went and sold samples. So in this business that we have, what a God-given a gift that now with everything that's going on the outside world, we are able to control how much we make. I mean, it blows my mind on a daily basis. What a great opportunity. And this is what I want to say. We have some people from the service industry on here, which I love. And I'm real passionate about helping with people from the service industry because I got out of it. And I didn't drink. I was a sober bartender, right? So people would say to me, right? They would say to me, well, if someone starts, I never tried the coffee. Well, I never tried a drink that I made either. I made a boatload of money, right? But what I want to say, back in 2012, 8 years ago, our coast here in Jersey got rocked by Sandy. All right. Hurricane Sandy came in. We got cleared out. Guess what? I never made so much money in the bartending industry. People drank their way through that. What's going on with this virus, people still want to feel good. What makes them feel good? A hot cup of coffee with nootropics, give them their boost, give them their energy. And guess what? They're not going through the line at Starbucks right now. And we have a service that we can provide for them. So there's people that I try to help pre-sell and they get in their heads, nobody wants it. No one's buying anything. Nope. If the bars were open right now, they'd be jammed packed. People are drinking. People would be eating. You know what I mean? So it's just that mindset because we still want to feel good, you know? So when it comes to making money with the sample, I just put my mind to it. You know, I just put my mind to it and you know, some days you fall short, but if you fall short 50%, you're still having a good day, right?
Amen. And I feel like now more than ever, everybody being trapped at home with their kids. If I don't have coffee, like, you better get out of my way. Like, I need coffee as soon as I wake up because now I'm stuck with 2 kids all day long, 24/7. So I feel like you said, when Sandy came in and rocked the world, everybody drank their way through it. People are drinking their way through coffee now because there's nowhere else to go.
You know, and Emily, what I want to say too about the coffee with the nootropics is a lot of people don't realize this is coffee that's going to enhance our clarity and our focus. Right now, we're in a fog mentally, right? Mm-hmm. We're all in a fog. We don't know what tomorrow is bringing. We don't know how to homeschool. That's why our kids go to public school. Some of us, we don't know what we're doing. And the clarity that the Skinny Brew coffee has given me, right? It gives you that clarity and it gives you that extra additive that your body needs, especially in a time when our anxiety is so heightened that we can't even think straight. So let's get on the Skinny Brew train. I tell everyone, let's go.
I love that. Okay. If you have one tip for somebody that's been watching, because you said fear held you back for so long. If you have somebody that's watching this right now or somebody that just started, what's a tip that you can help them get out of their own way?
Yeah. What I say is, Ashley Sinclair told me this when I started, draw a line in the sand. Draw a line in the sand. I was like, that's it? Go do it. Okay. So if you have a why, you don't want to go. Now what happens is these moms that are home, we're so great. We're so lucky we get to stay home with these kids. They have a taste of being home. They're not going to want to go back home, back to work, right? You have the choice now to draw that line in the sand and either go this way or go this way. Which way do you want to go? It's up to you. You decide. And all you have to do is just trust the person that brought you on. Just trust the person. And if you don't trust that person, go above that person because there's a community of people here who understand you, you know, and that's what I didn't think I needed friends when I came in. I didn't think I needed a support group and it floored me. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know how broken I was. Mm-hmm. You know, I didn't know how broken I was when I came into this. And I'm so grateful for the work that it's given me to do on myself, to be that better mom, that spouse, that business owner. So it's draw the line in the sand. You decide what you want, and then we're here to help you get that.
Girlfriend, I love it. Okay, Melissa, who do you want to go next?
So real quick, Megan, can you share how you're helping your potential distributors pre-sell to get started?
Yes, ma'am. Just like Sam is,
Mhm.
we're just getting a post up. There's a billion coffee drinkers in the world, and asking, and that's it. Getting a post up. Let's ask. Let's get 10 to 15 people that drink coffee. Let's message them, and we'll go from there.
Perfect. And I know you said you work more one-on-one with people. So if you guys have distributors that are pre-selling, like you could try the group chat, but at the end of the day, like you could start it with the group chat, but the one-on-one connection is what's really going to seal the
I did try the group chat, and I tried it, but I feel like, I prefer to work one-on-one for me. And I fall in love with a person, and guess what? I'm not falling in love with their potential. I'm actually falling in love with their activity, because they're showing up and I'm matching their efforts. So if you want, this is a business at the end of the day, guys. And you know what? I will be your friend all day long. But you know what? If you lock arms with me and you're going to be my business partner, I will be there through thick and thin with you. You know what I mean? So that's what I love about it. It's showing you who wants to be a business partner with you.
Yep, it really is.
You guys, some of you are from the service industry. Remember when you were training somebody to come in behind the bar and you're like, oh my gosh, they're so good. And it was a pool house, right? And you knew like they were going to like work with you and stuff. And you got excited about the new person you were training, right? This is the same thing. And they weren't even making money yet. They were making you money, right? Because they were training. But now we have the ability where we could help people make their own money. And that's what I love so much about it.
Perfect analogy. Okay, awesome. All right, so next we're going to go on to Kelly and Kayley. So go ahead and take it away, girls.
All right, Miss Kayley, will you tell us how long you've been in the business, where you're from, and what rank you are?
Yes, I have been in this business for only 6 months. This is my birthday present to myself in September. And I am just a distributor still, excitedly ready to move up the ranks. I am from Cape Coral in Florida here, so it's 9 o'clock and late, so I'm sorry if I'm yawning. I'm a little tired. My coffee has definitely worn off, so.
Okay, so really quick, because I know that there are probably people watching that don't know what this means. Several of the ladies that have talked already have been in this for a few years. And Kayley just told us she's been doing this for 6 months, and she's a distributor. So she's the first rank in our company, and we have a total of 8 ranks. So what that tells me is you can literally be brand new in this business and killing it in coffee cash and making great money, which is so incredible in the world today. And what we're all going through and what we're all facing, because we're all in this, together, is what I keep singing to myself. So Kayley, and Kayley, you were top 10 out of the top 100 coffee sellers. So tell us how coffee has changed your business, changed your life. Let's start there.
This coffee has truly changed my life. Let's just start there first, because I started as a customer before I started out as a distributor. I started as a customer and saw great results, and my friend's like, hey, why don't you sell this with me? I thought, okay, sure, why not? And I started doing that with the keto coffee. I drank the keto coffee for 5 months straight, and I lost 55 pounds. And then I switched it over to the skinny brew. I lost even more weight. I lost 18 pounds within 2 weeks with the skinny brew. I'm down a total of 73 pounds completely just on the keto coffee, the chocolate grains, and the skinny brew. I can't wait to start the cleanse and the TFX and all that great good stuff. But this coffee has truly changed my life. And because of that, I'm so passionate about it, which makes it super easy for me to turn around and talk to anybody about it. I'm on my Facebook page every day, on my stories, on my wall, talking about it, posting about it, explaining what it does, how it helps my life, and getting along with Athena and being a mom and staying home all the time. With changing my business with this coffee cash and this doing the samples, it really makes it way easier to open the door and to have that first conversation with somebody like, hey, are you a coffee drinker? Do you like coffee? And then what I was finding out with doing this contest is I was making a separate list for everybody that told me, no, I don't drink coffee. And so I have a separate stockpile. So once I'm done with all my follow-ups, to go to those people and be like, hey, would you like to try some tea? Are you a tea drinker? You know, I found some people also that can't have any caffeine. So I wrote down no TFX right next to them too. And I started creating my 100s list that way. And that is really how this has definitely helped change my business so much, with opening that door. And with this contest for the 5 samples sold, the 5 codes earned, being a distributor just starting out, I saw that as my green light to run and go. Because the more samples I sold, the more codes I got, the more people I could help start their home-based business for a discounted rate that was cheaper than what I started for. So that's where it all came from.
Oh my gosh, that's so incredible. You said 73 pounds, right? 73
Yes.
pounds in 6
months.
6 months.
6 months.
That's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm floored. Okay, so how did you, because obviously, like you mentioned, they said, 5 samples sold, they gave us special discount codes, but then they said like, okay, top 100 sellers. Like, what was your game plan? What did you do? How did you do it? Tell us all the things.
So I took immediate action because I didn't want to waste any time at all. I took immediate action. And what I did is I kind of like stirred the dust, as Jade Hooper loves to say. And I did exactly that. I went back to my first original people all the way back in my list from September. And I worked my way down, asking every single person the same script. I was very transparent in my script too. And I said, I'm trying to win a contest for most samples sold. I would like to meet our CEO. And I was just asking for their help and their honest review. And then I said, is with no monthly commitments, would you be interested in giving this a try? So I was very upfront that they were for sale. They were not free, that I just wanted some help so I could meet Mark Pentecost, because I never have. And that is what I wanted to do. And that's what fueled my fire. And with, like I said, with being a product of the product, it made it so easy for when people had the questions, like, does it taste good? How is it? Can it be hot? Can it be cold? All that stuff. I had, it all pulled like a bartender. I had my back bar behind me, and it was really easy for me to just hand out information about it.
That's
so
amazing. And
thank you.
What's incredible is that now anyone who's brand new starting their business gets these samples to start their business. So they, just like you're saying, they get to try it right off the bat, from day one. Okay. I love that. You were just going through your list. Okay. What would you tell a new distributor starting out?
Honestly, to just be consistent. Be consistent and show up no matter what you look like. It does not matter. Us mamas don't care. Us stay-at-home dads don't care. It does not matter. Be consistent and always show up, because you're showing up for yourself and you're showing up for others. So that's something that I totally would recommend. But I have something embarrassing and mind-blowing to admit at the same time. And this is why I say to be so consistent. I thought the sale was only a 3-day sale. I thought it was just Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I worked my butt off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because that Friday was our 10-year anniversary for me and my husband. And so I was like, okay, cool, let's have some cash to do something, because we just paid our mortgage and we needed money. And I didn't know that the sale was all weekend. So I worked Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and made all of that, did all that work. And then I just kind of like chilled Saturday and Sunday, because I didn't know the sale was like, the contest was still going. So that's why I say be consistent, because who knows what number I could have got if I would have just stayed on it, because I let off the gas pedal a little bit. Stay consistent. Absolutely.
That's incredible. Amazing. Okay. Any last big tip that comes to mind?
Honestly, like I said, you're showing up for yourself, and you're just right in this time. Like, everybody needs a light. And if you have a light inside you, don't be afraid to let it shine. There's so many people out there that want to dim it, and they want to tone you down, and they want to tell you the wrong things. but don't listen, because at the end of the day, it's for yourself and it's for your family. You know, for me, it's for my husband that works over 60 hours a week. It's for my daughter that I get to stay home with and be with all the time, you know, and it's for anybody else that's watching me that is down in the dumps, because I personally deal with anxiety and depression. So I'm trying to be my own light and be there for others. Just be positive and shine your light, shine whatever light you have. That's my biggest tip.
Well, you certainly are a very bright light. And I so appreciate you being on this call. It means a ton to us. So
thank you. Thank you for having me. This is amazing.
all right, Melissa.
All right. So next up, we're going to talk to Joy. So we love ourselves some Joy. All right, girl, tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been with the business, and what rank you are, and what, were you top 100 or top 10? I can't remember.
I was top 100.
Top 100. That's awesome.
I was top 2. I'm just kidding. Okay, so my name's Joy, and I am from Washington State. I'm a single mom to 5 kids. And what was your other question? Oh, I've been in for 6 years, almost, and I'm a triple diamond with the company. So I'm a 6-figure income earner with the company.
Awesome. And how has this new coffee changed your business? Like the Coffee Cash, like the sample app, like bringing on distributors, like how changed your business for the better?
So I'm from Seattle, and we're like coffee capital of the world. And so I'm a big coffee person. I've always been in coffee, loved coffee, volunteered doing coffee at my church, worked in coffee stands. And so when I stopped doing coffee, I worked at a restaurant and I was doing coffee. And when I stopped doing those 2 things, when I retired myself with It Works, it was like weird not doing coffee. And so when we came out with keto coffee a few years later in 2017, I was actually in labor with my 5th child on the launch of keto coffee. And you guys, I got my 2.0 account from Ruby to double diamond because of keto coffee. Like that was just the game changer. It was crazy. And we got a bonus and stuff like that. And that happened the same night that I had my baby. So that was crazy. And so when this came out, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm about to go on another run. Like I'm a firm believer that between the Skinny Brew and the TFX, like this is how Ambassador is going to happen. And so, you know, everyone loves, it's literally, I feel like I can't even go after Meghan, because Meghan said it like so perfectly. Like everybody wants to feel good. And when there's stuff like this happening, they want something that's going to help them feel good. And here's the thing, like bad stuff is happening all the time. I mean, I understand that this is like really in the news, but there's bad stuff happening all the time. There's people who have bad days every single day. I just got phone from one of my new distributors. She wasn't having a good day. And I was like, you need to go have some Skinny Brew. And that's not to be weird or cliche or corny. It's because, you know, it does have those nootropics in it. It does make you feel good. So as far as changing my business, every single time we've had the coffee is part of the business. I've ran with that and led with that and used that. We've ranked up every single time. We've given ourselves raises every single time. And as soon as I find a girl on my team that loves coffee, I'm like, all right, well then there you go. Because you may not have money right out the gate to try 10 different things as a brand new DT. You don't have to. Just get started with the coffee and be excited. I'm a huge believer of being a product of the product. And for me, it's so easy for me with being busy with 5 kids, their ages 2 through 11. So, and everything in between, to be able to just drink the coffee. And with keto coffee, I still drink that in the morning because I do intermittent fasting, but then I didn't want to have 2 in a day because I'm not doing strict keto, and you can gain weight when you're doing that, when you're not doing keto. So I was like, dang it. And so that was kind of hard for me. I like kept drinking it and stuff. So when Skinny Brew came out, I was like, okay, like it is game on. I've just noticed such a huge difference in my face and everything. I'm 38 pounds down on chocolate greens, Skinny Brew, and TFX since the beginning of the year. And obviously I started on a couple of products and then Skinny Brew came out. But so that's how it's changed my business, and that is how it has changed my life. And I have like notes here, but I'm going to wait till you ask more questions.
Okay, so do you know how many samples that you sold?
Yeah, so right now I'm at $1,800 profit, but during the contest period, I sold 35.
Dang. Okay, so $1,800, you guys. It is $49 to join our team right now. $49, and she made $1,800 in coffee cash already. That's insane.
And I wrote down what I did with that, by the way. So I made a couple different posts, but I actually just got home right before this, and I was able to buy just a bunch of stuff for our house and some guns, because I've always wanted guns. And so that was crazy. I've never been able to afford that, you guys, and being able to do that. And then I also paid off 2 credit cards. I'm trying to buy a house right now, and they were like, these have to be at 0. And I was able to do that too. And I could have done those things with my paycheck. I've been, a triple for 4 years. And so I could have done that. But the thing is like, I had all these girls coming in out the gate, you guys, and they didn't have the confidence like me. They weren't like, oh, I'm a triple, I can just go and roll. No, like they were like scared, right? They just had joined. And so having the ability to be like, download this app, copy and paste this message, be excited, use the skinny brew that comes in your kit, and let's go. And these girls are making bonuses and money daily. I mean, I just asked my group chat before I jumped on. I was like, what have you guys been doing with your skinny brew cash? And they were like, gas, groceries, and diapers. And so many of my girls are out of work right now. So for them to be able to make $20, it could like make or break them right now, and unfortunately that's where a lot of my team is at. And so I get to, as a leader, be like, look, I'm in the trenches with you. I'm doing this with you. Let's go. And honestly, Melissa, I'll just be honest. I almost spilled my coffee. I almost didn't run with this, or I did not run with this right away after conference. I really didn't. Like, I did order it and I was using it and I was posting, but I wasn't like, on the sample app trying to sell. And it wasn't until I signed this new girl that made $50 off of it. And she was telling me like what it was doing. She's like, I didn't have any money. I didn't have any groceries in my fridge. And I was like in tears, because here's this new distributor joining me. And I was like, holy cow, like that's crazy. So I knew as a leader, like if I wasn't out there doing this aspect of the business and knowing how to do it correctly so that I can train my team, I'm not going to be a very good leader, because I'm not going to be teaching them how to make that quick money. And that can make or break their business right off the bat before they catch the vision. So that's kind of where it came with me. And then the contest came out when I was already in momentum with this. I didn't even know we got a hat. I didn't even catch on to that till someone told me. And I was like, oh, we get a hat? That's cool. So I got my hat.
Yeah, it's so good. And I think Megan said it earlier, like this is an opportunity for your plan B to become your plan A with an immediate paycheck. I mean, we sell these samples on Venmo, PayPal, Facebook Pay, like it goes straight into your bank account. So if there's ever an emergency, like a last minute thing, like, oh, look, everything just shut down. Like, where am I going to go get food? Or how am I going to pay for food or your rent? Like, we have this opportunity through the company to buy these samples and the company mails them for you. Like, it's just so easy. Like, it's almost like, it's just, I don't know. I don't even know how to say it, but it's just incredible the things that It Works does to help their distributors. And because we're a debt-free company, we have the opportunity to have these kinds of things that are presented to us that we can do to make money right away, to better our situations, and to help our family out. So I'm glad you touched on that, because it's just so crazy, especially I know everybody's talking about like everything going on right now, but $20 could make or break somebody right now. And with our kits, you get the 3 digital credits. And so we have $49.50 credits. You sell those 3 or $49.50 kits. You sell 3 samples of Skinny Brew for $20. You just paid for your kit, and you still have 4 more sample packs of their 3-day sample packs. Like you still have 4 more that you can sell or you can use yourself. So yeah, and it's a really great way of getting new distributors started. So I love that. And the fact that you were slinging some keto coffee while you're having a baby, just like you just went to like a whole nother level in my mind.
I saved the group chat. I'm still in the group chat of when I put everyone in, and my team's probably watching. Like I remember that, but I put everyone on my team in this chat, and I was like, I almost said Skinny Brew. Keto coffee just came out. Everyone needs to sell this amount, please. Like, don't get me a baby gift. Like, this is what we're doing. And everybody was just like, okay. And we got him to double diamond like half an hour before I had her. It was crazy.
Yeah, and I think it's important to talk about keto coffee too, because our international markets don't have Skinny Brew. So like half of my triple diamond, almost presidential diamond team is from Canada. So they don't have Skinny Brew, but they have keto coffee. So even though it can't be direct shipped from It Works, they could still be making that instant money. So I'm glad you even brought up keto coffee, because that's an angle that I'm going to start working with the international girls, is like, just because you don't have Skinny Brew doesn't mean you can't sell coffee, because keto coffee is amazing. Like we all fell in love with keto coffee. Okay, perfect. So last question is, what is, unless you want anything else that you want to share, but what is your biggest tip for somebody just starting out? Or it just,
So it's kind of like, I believe it's Kaylee Joe was saying, like, she told herself, like, I was going to have a couple days. So when I get a new distributor started, this is like brand new and I just started doing this, but they're all doing it. It's crazy. I'm telling them, like, okay, in your first 72 hours, we need to get 7 samples sold. And that's like all we're focused on, that first 72 hours, because what can happen is it's so much easier for them to get a win selling samples right away and getting the hang of that and seeing that quick money. Because you guys, I'm red. Like, when your team gets a taste of money, they don't quit. They don't quit, and they see that vision and they're like, holy cow, like I can dream bigger. It's kind of like when I went Ruby, I was like, it's not like I joined saying I'm going to go triple. I joined because of Ruby. And then after Ruby, I was like, okay, I can go diamond. And so you want to help them get that win right away. And then you can, my kids are killing each other in the background. Then you can help them turn those sample cash into customers. So then we go back through and we follow up with the sample customers to help them become loyal customers so that they can get their shopping spree. And now you get a shopping spree and a $50 bonus, you guys, on top of selling samples. So you not only get in the green with your business immediately, but you also, are able to get that free shopping spree as well as a huge profit right out the gate.
yeah, that's massive. I mean, with the new $50 bonus added on top of that, it's like with what you were just saying, selling your 7 samples, that's $140 plus $50 that you're going to get, plus $150 in free product or gear. Plus you can buy more Skinny Brew for ridiculously cheap and then sell those because we get product rewards. So
can I just say one more thing? I feel like if anyone has any sort of a team, I don't care if you have one distributor in your team, just coming from someone who's been in for over half a decade, and I'm almost presidential, being able to have this tool, and I think Melissa and anyone else on here would agree, being able to have this tool, I feel as a leader so much more confident, like I can help my team win. I really do. Because of course I have the vision in them for them to go diamond and get a $15,000 bonus. But let's face it, like 0.1% of people believe in themselves like that in the beginning. And so having this to be able to help them have that win, it's like that. It's like a big step. And then they see that and they're like, oh gosh. And then their confidence grows bigger and bigger. So I feel more confident as a leader that I can actually bring new reps on and help them succeed and make that quick money that I'm posting about right off the bat. And it's just the success rate with this is insane. It's insane. And I'm kind of green too. So I kind of want to sit down and figure this out. But all I know is my new girls are not quitting and they're making money. And it's so awesome.
that is exactly what we want. So that's perfect. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Joy, so much. All right, Tavia, handing it over to you.
All right. Hi, guys. Okay, so I'm super excited to be able to introduce this last speaker. I've gotten to know her over the past year, and I'm just obsessed with you, Heather. But Heather, tell us who you are. Tell us your rank, how long you've been in the business, and we'll start there.
Hey, everybody. I'm super honored and excited to be on this Zoom with all of you ladies. My name is Heather Juneau. I am a triple diamond from Sacramento, California. And I've been in the business I just hit my 7 years, and it's been the best 7 years of my life. It's funny, I came from restaurant as well. I was actually a full-time manager at Old Navy. I was a pricing specialist, so I was marking everything down and knowing all the discounts for everybody else. And I was a full-time catering and marketing manager at a restaurant all at the same time when I joined this business. So if any of you guys are watching, you're like, oh, this sounds great, but I don't have time. Trust me, there's time. You can make time, especially now with Skinny Brew, and the fact that our company ships it for us is like, wow. Like they've just made it super simple. And I'm so grateful and glad that I literally took a chance. I wanted to use the products myself. I can't remember who else said that. But they joined this business with Meghan. Yeah, I joined this business because I wanted to use the products. If I made money, great, awesome. That money would just go towards what I was going to buy anyways. I didn't even tell my husband. I just kind of did it. And he was like, what's this box? And I was like, oh, by the way. And you guys, it just literally took off. Back then, I don't know if you guys were around for as long as like the big, have you tried that crazy wrap thing? So if you guys are watching this, that's us. We've just totally revamped ourselves. Have you tried that amazing Skinny Brew is now what we should say. But that's kind of where it took off. I just asked everybody if they have ever tried a wrap, if they wanted to, and people were coming into my restaurant, you guys, to buy body wraps from me. And it's kind of like the same thing is happening now. It's like people are like hunting me down for this coffee, and so willing and wanting to try it. It's just crazy. So that's kind of how I started and how long I've been in. But yeah.
Yeah. So it was like during this promotion, and I know you'll talk about this, but I swear it was like every 20 minutes, she'd be like, oh, got another one. Oh, got another one. And I'm like, what are you doing? It was amazing to watch you just do this. So how many samples did you end up selling? Tell us that. And then tell us how this sample cache has just completely changed your life.
So it was kind of crazy. I was all excited about the skinny brew, but then as soon as there was a contest, I kind of pick and choose when I'm competitive. And for some reason, when he said contest, I was like, I'm going to win. Like, I'm going to do this. And my husband looked at me and he's like, yeah, okay. Like, all right. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be top 10. And you guys, I journaled every day. I am top 10 in sample cache. I am top 10. I'm top 10. And when I got that email that was like, you're top 10, I was like, no way. Like, I did this. I did it. During that time frame, you guys, I ended up selling 48 samples of Skinny Brew. And that doesn't even count all the people that ended up doing keto coffee or keto tea. And I just sent it to them, separately without the app. So 48 samples, and to date, 63 so far, just since the 1st of March. And I'm like, dude, we have a whole nother week. Like, how many am I gonna sell this month? So the way it's changed the game, I feel like, is it took me back. So if you guys are watching this, and either a couple things, you've been in the business a while, or maybe you're watching this and you left us and you're wondering if this is the time to come back, this is the time. Like, here's your sign. Hello, this is the time to come back, because it's completely taken me back to having that cash, that easy cash. All of our products you guys can sell for retail price and make cash, but everybody loves coffee, and the 1st through the 6th of March, you guys, what we're going through right now wasn't quite happening yet. So it was like, now it's like my vision has changed with it, because then it was just about getting people that coffee. And now I love this. Joel Dunn said it day before yesterday. Ours is coffee with a purpose. There's so many different reasons why everybody needs this coffee. It's coffee with a purpose. And I see that now more than ever. I see that now with us all being at home, and seeing those Starbucks lines are crazy, because half of them are closing down and some are still open. And the thing is, you guys, we don't have that normal routine right now. So most people would get up in the morning and they go to Starbucks on their way to work. They go to Starbucks on their lunch or their break, and then they'd hit up a Starbucks maybe on their way home. I'm a dance mom, so that's what I would do. I'd take my daughter to dance, and even with me having keto coffee, I'd still go to Starbucks because that's just routine. Well, that routine is changing up for people. So it's just changed the game, because now not only is it helping my family with having that cash, but total, like, oh my gosh, how many people can we help? How many people are losing their jobs or having to be laid off? And we have something that's simple and easy and able for them to not only make their money back instantly, but make profit within, the first few hours. It's just insane. So that's how I feel like it's changed for me. It just kind of brought me back to having that cash, that easy cash, like the wrap cash. Now we have the sample cash.
Yeah. And you kind of alluded to it just a minute ago, but what I loved about what you were doing is that it wasn't just you selling these samples. Your team literally took this promotion by storm. I mean, the amount of people that were just taking your lead, I was just totally inspired by that. So what would you say, or how did you kind of put this out to your team, or how even in extending on this, how are you helping new people get started with this?
Yeah. You guys, listen to this. This is insane. So I have my team, and I partnered with some Sideline Sisters, and we said, let's do a contest for our team, and let's see who can sell the most keto, whatever, all of it, but sample cash. Who, like, I'm going for this, but let's make this our main focus. Let's see how much cash we can bring into homes right now. And you guys, There were 28 people in this group. We kind of did like what we call push group, and we're like, okay, we got the ones that are in this that want to go, they want the help. We're here to mentor and train and whatever we need to do, follow the steps that we're doing. And you guys, 28 people did this with us. $5,000 is what our team brought in 6 days. 5,000 with 28 people. You guys, the average, like the low average of the samples that were sold was 8, like minimum, like eight samples. And it went all the way up to with mine was the most was with 48. You guys, was she our first or second place winner on our team? You guys, she had just joined the business. She literally is like due any day now. And she was like, I guess I better hurry up because, you know, once I'm in the hospital, I may not be able to be on my phone as much. And I want to make as much cash as possible before I have the baby. 9 months pregnant, like literally about to pop. Shout out to you, Irene. Sold 18 samples. And when she did that, she was like, dude, this is so easy. Like, I could probably give birth and still be like, okay, send, okay, Venmo, yeah, okay, oh, ding, ding, okay. Like people are realizing it's way more simple than you think. It's like, don't overthink it. It's very, very simple. So for the newbies, I mean, something that I would say, some people have that support. My husband's sitting here next to me because I wanted him to say hi. Men sell Skinny Brew too, guys. This is Scotty. Hi. But I encouraged all my newbies and still encourage, if you have a supportive person in your life, if it's a spouse, if it's your mom, if it's your kids, if they have social media too, go live. If I know that's scary to some people, but if you're not comfortable going live, have your husband go live, like have him talk, or have your, like, go live and have your kids talk. What I did the first night, I was like, I want to win. I'm going to tell everybody in a contest. I did the same thing as Kaylee Jo, sorry. When you were talking, I was like, we did a lot of the same things. Like, this is pretty cool. But I was all, let's go live. And I'm all, wait, I'm going to go live. So I have my phone, and then Scotty, I was like, you go live too at the same time. Like, we're going to hold our phones at the same time. And so we went live, and just to be fun, you guys, I was like, okay, we're in a contest, and the first thing we're trying to win right now, I want to see who's going to get the most views. Who's going to get the most views right now? So I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got 12. And he's like, oh, I got 10. And he's like, okay, share mine. And I'm like, no, share mine. So we were having like that interaction, and we did that a few times during the week. But just like we're saying, you guys, just put it out there. Like, people want coffee. So we went live. The other way I did it, Tavia, was I was, after going live, I was like, oh, I have that person's phone number on my phone. And so I would go to my contacts and search like Jessica. And I'm like, oh crap, I've got 4 Jessicas in my phone. Which one's which? And I started going through my phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, she wanted a body wrap 3 years ago, and I didn't even follow up with her. I totally didn't even realize I had her number still. And it, like, aha moment. I'm like, I'm going to start at A in my contacts and work my way through Z. And you guys, what's crazy is I just went back to like she said, like Kayley Jo said, like, she just let everybody know, hey, I'm in a contest and this is what I'm going for. And this coffee is amazing. You're already buying your coffee from somebody else. Can you not buy your Starbucks for 3 days and buy it from me instead and tell me what you think? And that's really how it went. And you guys, I did the 48 samples, only going A through L. I didn't even finish through Z. And so that's like my mission, is to go through that and just to always put them first. Like, I want them to support a small business, but I know what the purpose is of this coffee and how it's going to help. I mean, come on, like some of us are homeschooling our kids. Like, we need the best coffee out there, and we've got it, right? So.
Oh, I love that. And I love the coffee with a purpose. I think that's so true. And you definitely, like, everything you're saying and how you even included your family and your downline and your sideline. I think that's just incredible, because it was for you, I feel like it was so much more than the money. Like, winning the contest, but it was just like you guys changed so many lives when you guys put that group together. I think that's just phenomenal. Okay. So last thing, Heather, what would be your biggest tip for someone new, maybe someone that hasn't joined, or maybe like what you said, if there's people that are watching that were with us and they're like, do I join? What would be your biggest tip?
You guys, my biggest tip is don't wait. literally don't wait. I mean, I've heard from a lot of people, like, I'm going to wait until after coronavirus is done. I'm like, you're going to wait until you're broke? You're going to wait until you've gained the weight? For me, you guys, that's, and I'm not saying that to be mean, but I was like, you know what? So me personally, you guys, I've lost almost 17 pounds in 1 month with Skinny Brew and also doing our triple threat. And I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and get fat. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to like take everything that I just did this last month and go and get fat. I'm not going to do it. And so that's just like what I'm thinking. I'm like, nobody wants to sit and get fat right now. And nobody wants to sit and be broke right now. We got to make the best of a really crappy situation. So don't wait until after coronavirus. And if you are already in the business, don't slow your business down because you're afraid that people don't have the money. Right now, vacations are canceled. You're not going out to dinners. You're not doing all the things that you normally spend money on. So take number one, if you're not in the business yet, take some of that money, that $49, and invest in this and see what happens. And if you're in this business, okay, remember, people have money to spend right now, and you have something amazing to offer them. Okay, so this is not a burden on people, it's a blessing. So you got to keep reminding yourself of that, and you got to talk about it. Be loud and proud about our coffee, and be loud and proud about our business.
Mic drop. Yes, girl. I'm so proud of you. Top 10, girl. I just love you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Thank you guys.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so you guys heard from all of us. Big thing is the transparency, guys, being genuine. One thing we didn't talk about is our company is actually like growing. We're going up. We're debt free. There is no chance of us losing commissions, bonuses, coffee cash. Like we are like in a massive upswing that not even coronavirus has been able to affect. And a lot of it is, if not all of it, is because of how amazing this coffee is and how much it can change your life, your family's life. Let's talk about mental stability while we're homeschooling our kids. I mean, that's the first thing I do in the morning before I'm like, don't talk. I need my Skinny Brew first. And they'll actually bring it to me. And so all I have to do is put it together and I'm like, okay, now go. But it's huge. If you've been thinking about joining the company, clearly we're not struggling. We want to help as many people as we can get out of whatever struggles they're facing. So if you see us popping in your inbox all the time, talking about the business and the opportunity, it's because it has done something that has changed or affected our lives in incredible ways. So thank you, ladies, so much for taking the time out tonight. I know month end is crazy, but we just love you guys for sharing. And looks like I have my split screen going. So I have the watch party on one side and the Zoom on the other side. And it looks like we had a lot of really good interaction. So if you're watching our watch party, please feel free to ask questions. We will go back and answer all those questions. And we hope that this was very beneficial for you guys. So everybody have a good night. Bye.